It's not about you, and it's never been about you. Now, I know how that sounds. It might feel very dismissive, like I'm saying your experiences or feelings don't matter, but that's not it at all. What I mean is this. When people judge you, reject you, or treat you unfairly, it's never truly about you. It's about them. It's about their beliefs, their fears, their conditioning, their projection onto you. And once you understand that, you unlock a level of freedom that changes everything. And that is exactly what we're doing today. We're talking about the second agreement from Don Miguel Ruiz's The Four Agreements. Don't take anything personally. But before we get into it, if you've missed last week's episode on the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, I'm going to link that in the description below. This month, we're doing a 4-part series on the 4 agreements. And if you find this helpful, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more content, and stick around for the full series. My name is Eric Feltus, and I help gay men free themselves from shame and build confidence and community. If you've ever felt weighed down by other people's opinions, whether it's family members who don't support you, a date who ghosted you, or that random internet stranger who just had to leave that rude comment, this episode is for you. Because once you stop taking things personally, you stop giving people power over your happiness. And that is where real confidence begins. So what we're going to do is dive into agreement 2, don't take anything personally. We'll talk about what this means, why it's important, and what to do about it. When I think about this agreement and the impact it can have on people, I can't help but think of one of my former clients. For the sake of this conversation, we're going to call him Jake. Now, when Jake first came to me, he was constantly on edge. He had recently come out as a gay man. He's in his mid-30s, and while some people in his life were supportive, others, especially his family, were not. Every time he visited home, he felt like he was walking on eggshells, bracing for subtle jabs or just outright disapproval. It wasn't just his family, though. Even in dating, he found himself reading into every little thing. If a guy took too long to text him back, he would spiral. If a date didn't turn into something serious, he'd spend days wondering what he did wrong. The weight of other people's words, actions, and even silences crushed him. One day he vented to me about what his mom said to him, sort of passive-aggressively. She said, "I still pray for you." He said to me, "Why does this bother me so much? I know she's never going to fully accept or respect me, but I can't stop thinking about it." And that's when I introduced him to the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. His reaction? Well, yeah, that's easier said than done. This is my mother. And trust me, I get it. When someone judges us or rejects us or treats us unfairly, it feels personal, especially if it's a family member. But I asked him to think about this. What if it's not about you? I explained that when people criticize or reject us, it says more about them than it does about us. His mom's words weren't a reflection of his worth. They were a reflection of her beliefs, her conditioning, her inability to see beyond what she thought was right. And the same went for dating. So that guy that ghosted him, maybe he wasn't in the right place for a relationship. The man who made a rude comment on the app, maybe he was just projecting his own insecurities. The harsh reality with some of this is that we're never going to know. But the refreshing part about that is since we're never going to know, why even dwell on it? Jake and I worked on this together in his own life. Every time someone said or did something that triggered him, Jake practiced pausing and asking, what if this isn't about me? At first, it was not easy. But little by little, he started noticing a shift. The next time his mom made a comment, he didn't feel that usual sting. Instead, he thought, she's still trapped in her own fear. And that is not my burden to carry. Oh my gosh, what a world of difference. The next time a date fizzled out, he didn't spiral into self-doubt. Instead, he told himself, not everyone will be my person, and that's okay. Today, Jake feels lighter, happier. He's still dating, he's still navigating family relationships, but now he does it without carrying the weight of everyone else's opinions. The truth is, what other people say and do is a reflection on them, not on us. And the moment you stop taking things personally is the moment you set yourself free. Before we get too deep into the episode, if that story resonated with you and you yourself struggle with holding on to the weight of the negative opinions of other people, I want you to reach out to me. I'm going to drop a link in the show notes below and you can set up a call with me. Let's see if and how I can help you. Now let's dig into the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. This means recognizing that what others say and do is a reflection of them, not you. Their words, actions, and even their opinions about you are shaped by their own experiences, their fears, and their insecurities. So when someone criticizes you, dismisses you, or rejects you, it can feel deeply personal. But in reality, they're reacting based on their own inner world. The moment you internalize their negativity, you hand them power. Why is this important? Taking things personally keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and emotional suffering. If someone ignores you, you might think, did I do something wrong? If a family member doesn't accept your sexuality, you might feel like you're not lovable. If a date doesn't work out, you might tell yourself, I'll never find someone. But the truth is, none of these situations are about you. They're about the other person. They're about their priorities, their values, their fears, their emotional baggage. And when you stop taking things personally, 3 things happen. 1, you gain emotional freedom. 2, you stop seeking validation from others. And 3, you respond to situations with confidence instead of self-doubt. How do we get to that place of breaking free, of caring about what other people think of us, and leaning into that confidence? Let's talk about it in 4 steps. Step 1, pause before reacting. The next time you feel hurt by something someone says or does, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this really about me, or is this about them? Number 2, separate yourself from their story. People project their beliefs onto others. If someone criticizes your life choices, it's because they struggle with them, not because you're wrong. Remind yourself, their opinion does not define me. Number 3, focus on your truth. Instead of absorbing negativity, focus on your values, your worth, and your goals. Other people's opinions don't change who you are. And number 4, let go of the need for approval. Seeking validation gives others control over your emotions. Instead, trust that you are already enough. So as a recap, number 1, pause before reacting. 2, separate yourself from their story. 3, focus on your truth. And 4, let go of the need for approval. By practicing this agreement, you protect your energy, reclaim your confidence, and build the life that you want and that you deserve. When you stop taking things personally, you take back your power. And if you leave remembering nothing else from this video, at least remember this. Your worth isn't up for debate. Other people's opinions do not define you. You do. Thanks so much for joining me on this 4-part series where we dig deep into the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you watch the recap of the first agreement that I did last week. I'll make sure I drop a link to that in the show notes. If this was helpful for you, like, subscribe, and follow for more content. And finally, I want you to know that there is hope for you. If you yourself struggle with caring about what other people think of you, if you struggle with perfectionism or people-pleasing even, I can help you. I'm a life coach. I help gay men free themselves from shame, build confidence, and build community. So click the link below to request a discovery call with me, and I'll see you there. Until next time, friends, peace.